I'm Chip Townsend, and this is the Team Chip Podcast. All right, guys, welcome back to the Team Chip Podcast. I'm pumped to be here with you today. This is going to be part 2 of a 3-part series on engaging parents, events that engage parents. More specifically, the event we're talking about is moms and dads on the mat. Go back and listen to episode 1. I talked in episode 1 about a lot of things about why the event works, choosing a good date and planning well, kind of some goals to set for the event, building your team, prepping your team for the event, pre-event marketing, just getting things ready. And today we're going to kind of dig into the nuts and bolts a little bit, not super detailed. And remember, there's a free ebook that we offer on how to run this event that's pretty detailed in the description. So go click on that link and download the free ebook. This event is so powerful in creating culture, connecting families. It's just, I can't say enough about how important these moms and dads on the mat days are. But today we're going to dig in a little more granularly on the actual flow of the class and how the class operates, etc. So what I wanted to talk about at first is have a welcome. We talked about this in episode 1 a little bit, but make sure you have someone greeting, welcoming people in. Have a check-in process. The check-in process, I mentioned this in the first one, but you can use your CRM sometimes to build a form where you can put QR codes around the school and have the parents RSVP to come to the event. It's basically register for the event. We've used JotForm in the past if you don't have the ability through your CRM to do that. But basically that allows you to kind of plan and prep ahead and know kind of what to expect. And if people don't show up, you can follow up with them and, hey, just check in. We care. Are you okay? And if everyone that shows up, you get them into the system and you know that they were there, but it also allows you to kind of prep and prepare your team. We know we're going to expect at least 50 parents to show up for this event today. So we kind of know how to be on top of things. Have a photo booth. Glenn Ann is an absolute master in our organization at having the lobby set up in a way that's inviting and nice, but having a photo op where people can come out of their class because they're pumped. Again, go back to episode 1 from earning belts and stripes and all the things that we do, and taking a picture with their kids, and what does that do? That encourages, post it so all your friends can see you did your martial arts class with your kids, things like that. And so have a photo booth. Glenn Ann builds these, sometimes we'll even order a special backdrop for a theme or something. They're pretty inexpensive. You can get them online and get them pretty quickly. She does balloon displays and all different kinds of things, but just to make it pretty so they can pose in front of the photo op and post that up. So have a photo op. Name tags, we've done it with and without name tags. Instead of coming up to your parents and going, oh yeah, you're Susie's mom or you're Johnny's dad or whatever, you can actually give them a name tag. Now let's kind of dive into the actual class in and of itself. So, with kid classes, we do 45-minute classes. With adults, we do hour classes. It just kind of depends. And it also depends on the program. But most, I believe, common is kind of 45-minute classes for most kid classes. So this brings to mind, sometimes when people hear us say we're going to do like a moms on the mat event or class or a dads on the mat, they think that I mean that we set up a class just for moms to come and do. That would be a moms on the mat class. I get that. But what we're talking about at this event in May, close to Mother's Day, getting moms on the mat to do the kids class with them. So what I mean is like, let's say we pick that Tuesday before Mother's Day, all day that day in all of the kids' classes or all the classes, you can bring, and we have adults bring their moms, right? So we have, the kids can bring their mom and we still line the kids up in their rank structured lineups. We just have the parents stand next to the kid and they line up together. So they're doing the class together. So that's moms on the mat or dads on the mat. So for about 10 minutes, first, before I get into the 10 minutes here, make sure you talk to the parents like, hey, this is a little physical. Your pre-registration should have a disclaimer, hey, you're registering for this. You understand it's physical, but you should never run a class that's going to get anybody hurt. And keep in mind that a lot of your parents aren't going to be physically active. They have jobs, lives, careers, and families, so they may not be working out much. So just be prepared for that and make sure that you ask them ahead of time, and you try to do it individually, but if there's a lot of parents, sometimes just as a group, hey guys, if anyone has a physical issue, hips, knees, ankles, something where you can't jump or move or kick or do something that we're asking you to do, just wave at us, give us a wink and a nod. We'll come over and help you modify something so that you can do it. Or you can just skip that set. It's okay. We don't mind. We understand. But because you don't want to have to, hey, raise your hand if you have a hip problem and you got people embarrassed and stuff. So just make sure you kind of know the people. Warm them up good. Make it kind of a fun warm up. It can be a little silly too, but just something kind of fun. What we like to do is put them next to the kid and we teach them just a basic jab and a jab cross, or maybe a basic front kick or side kick. And we have them do them lightly, do a little bit of stretching. When they're doing their stretching, have them sit down and do a partner stretch set with their kids where, the mom or dad's leaned over stretching and the kid gets to get behind them, give them a little push while they stretch, or they sit with feet wide and push each other's feet out a little bit wide. Because another thing that you're doing, not to get too sidetracked, is you're helping them to know how to help their kids at home. You're also helping them to know that, hey, you could sit in your living room floor. And I'm passionate about this because my parents did this with me when I was a kid. They didn't do martial art. My dad did, but my mom didn't. But she'd still sit on the floor and help me stretch and do things. So you're helping to educate the parent on how they can support and help their child on the mat. So give them a good warm up. Make sure that they're prepared. 20, 30 minutes of the class, partner the parent and the kid together to do drills together. And these can be anything. If you're, a jiu-jitsu school, you could have them doing, upas and mount escapes, or just really basic fundamental jiu-jitsu moves together. If it's a stand-up striking, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, karate, kickboxing, whatever, you could have them holding targets for each other and doing basic strikes back and forth, jab, jab, cross, front kicks and side kicks. And one of the things I love to hear is when a parent walks out of one of these classes and goes, oh my gosh, I had no idea my kid could hit that hard. That's amazing. I watch them all the time. I just didn't know it until I got to feel it. So there again, you're getting their emotional connection going. You're getting them excited about what their kid's doing. And they're saying that in front of their kid. What makes a kid in their life feel better than their parent edifying them? Not much, if anything, right? So another thing that we like to do in this little, kind of 20, 30 minute section of the class here is let the kid be the boss for a minute and teach the parent something. So in other words, have the child from class maybe pick their favorite technique from your current cycle. If you're doing a rotating curriculum, like pick your favorite self-defense and teach your parent that technique now, and let the parent be the bad guy partner, and vice versa. The kid gets to be the bad guy for the parent to execute the technique that they just learned from their kid. And that makes the kids feel so good because they get to be the boss for a minute and kind of lead things. And it's so fun because then the parents can go home and continue to help them with those things and practice with them. So you're helping them to learn that. You can have them do, hammer fists and side kicks and hit different kinds of targets and do all different kinds of things like this together in that 20, 30 minute section. Then we might line the whole group back up and do kind of a group training session where everyone's just line up and we're doing, jab crosses together as a room, or we have an instructor in the front throwing jabs and crosses, and they're, working deflects and counters and responding. And so we just kind of have a big group working together. And in this section, kind of some fun games like rock, paper, ninja, or, kids hold the bag, a shield while the parent gets to punch 10 times as fast as they can. And then they switch and the kid punches 10 times as fast. You can be super creative in these things. If it's, a jiu-jitsu class in this section, we might have there's a pretty popular drill with the kids called Crazy Horse, where someone gets on their hands and knees and the kid tries to run around and jump on their back and get a seatbelt position and be like a backpack. And so we teach them those little drills in that little kind of 10 minutes or so and let them partner together doing something fun where they're having a good time. Then move them into another section and teach the whole group some sort of functional self-defense for just a couple of minutes and let them, again, work with their child back and forth on something. So in this component of the class, we're wanting to teach the parent something. The instructors teach the parent and then let them work together with their kids. Again, edifying. You can help your kids at home. This is how you do it. We're kind of coaching the parents on how to coach the kids as they're doing all this. So there's a lot happening in this time that's really powerful. And then in that last kind of 10 minutes, that wrap up of the class, sparring, light sparring. So what do I mean? Do we let them bang on each other? It depends on the age group and the advancement of the students and the parents. Sometimes we actually do. We let them just light contact spar. But what we do a lot of times is we have them noodle spar. So we'll have pre-cut short pull noodles, and you can do it different ways. You might give the parent 2 noodles and the kid just gets to defend for a round. Or you might give each 1 noodle and they're actually trying to whack each other. And of course, give them disclaimers. Don't hit each other right in the face. But, you can hit the legs, you can hit the arms, you can hit the head, body, but just watch out for the face. But we're really working with them on getting that, especially that last 10 minutes being just high energy, fun. They're kind of laughing. They're having a good time. They're swatting with the noodles and dropping their noodle. And then the one's going after the other. It's just, we just want to end the class on a really big high and everybody having a good time. And I hope as you hear me talk about it, you can even hear my voice, how I get so excited about this, because it's such an opportunity for the parents to learn what the kids are doing, learn how to coach them better, see that they can work with them at home. And the kids get the opportunity to connect with their parents in a new way, and tighten their connections. I've mentioned this before, but sometimes we have people come in with their kind of preteen, teen, whatever you want to label that as. And, gosh, we just don't have anything common. The mat is a common ground where you can work on something that connects you physically and mentally. And it's just such a great way to do things. So, okay, with that said, this episode was supposed to be kind of about, just the operation of the class and kind of the flow of that class and event on the mat that day. Make sure, and I said this before, but make sure you have somebody dedicated to going around catching some little video clips and pictures, things like that. Now, we put a new protocol in place in Team Chip at the beginning of 2026 here. We don't post pictures of any of our young students, our children, that show their face. It's become really challenging. It's hard to get good pictures sometimes and things to post, but we're willing to take on that challenge because of AI and some things where faces are getting taken off kids and put in inappropriate places. So we just thought, as good stewards to the children, we would change that. So we don't. But have someone moving around that kind of knows your protocols and how that works, taking pictures from the back and different things, and getting some good fodder for your social media, etc. Now, remember, we have a free ebook that you can download. The link will be in the description or in the comments somewhere here, where you can grab that link however you get your podcast. And it's absolutely free, that talks about everything from the setup to the post-event follow-through, that really simplifies the process for you. It's free. We want to give it to you to help you out. Our passion for this is partly, we just want to see parents and families. The nuclear family is a problem in our society and world, and kids need their parents so bad, and parents need their kids, etc. And we want to encourage that nuclear family, that strength of being connected. And so we're hyper passionate about these events. And again, the side benefit of all of that is the culture that it creates, the support system that it creates around your business. It shows your community that you're family focused and you care. The future of our nation depends on the health of our kids coming up in the next generation, and that depends on families being family. So with that said, hopefully that was helpful for you. Like it, share it, love it, message us, let us know what you would like to hear about. But absolutely go out there and have you a Moms and Dads on the Mat event in May and June. And by the way, if we could all put ourselves together and we could all do this and do it well, what if we could advertise here in the next few years that we're having like 50,000 parents across the United States of America doing martial arts with their kids? Things like that. It could be very powerful for all of us. If you have questions, please reach out to me, the Chip Townsend, and look me up, and I'm more than happy to help you. I don't have any skin in the game as far as, I don't care who leads this. Let's just get parents on the mat with their kids. You guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning into the Team Chip Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget, subscribe, share, and or leave a review, because we need you. We appreciate you so much, and without you, we can't make this happen. Remember, consistency is the key to success, so go out there and never be outworked.